Hi, I'm John with Serv-A-Pure, and today I want to talk to you about the big blue filtration system for sediment removal on a whole house application. Sediment is something that you could have in your water. If you fill up a glass of water, you can actually see it sometimes fall to the bottom of that glass, or sometimes you'll see it accumulate when you fill a bathtub, or sometimes in the bottom of a toilet tank. Other times you can actually see larger sediment that'll actually accumulate and start to plug up your aerators on your kitchen faucet or your bathroom faucet. So if you have any of those types of problems, this sediment filtration is exactly what you need. It has a much higher filtration capacity than the filters you would find at a big box home improvement store. The filters you normally find at a home improvement store would be something along this size, about 2.5 inches in diameter and roughly 10 inches tall. The big blue filters are actually a size and not a color. These are 4.5 inches in diameter and up to 20 inches long for an extra large filtering capacity. These filters are much larger and give nearly 10 times the filtering capacity of that small filter. These systems are very customizable, and because they are so customizable, they have many options. So let's go through some of the options now. The first option is going to be the plumbing size. The plumbing size is going to be what size hole is actually right here that you'll be threading your pipe into. This hole size is measured in NPT, or National Pipe Thread. With that, you can get them most commonly in 3/4 inch or 1 inch NPT. But you can go down to 1/2 inch and all the way up to 1.5 inches. If you measure a 1/2 inch pipe, it would measure roughly 3/4 of an inch in diameter. A 3/4 inch pipe would be roughly just over 1 inch diameter. A 1 inch pipe would be considered about 1.25 inches in diameter. And an 1.5 inch pipe is nearly 2 inches in diameter. So keep that in mind when you are trying to decide what size to get. Most commonly they are 3/4 inch, or for higher flow applications, 1 inch. The next option is what type of filter to put inside of the filter housing. That is normally rated in micron rating for sediment filters. 5 microns is a good number to start with. It's a very fine filter that will remove much of the sediment in your water. A hair is about 70 microns, and you can only see about down to 30 microns with your naked eye. So 5 microns is a very small number. The smaller the micron rating, the more fine the filter. 5 microns tends to be a good number to go down to because it gives good flow and still a very thorough filtration to remove a lot of the sediment in your water. By far, one of the most common filters that we offer is the Pentek DGD 5005-20 filter. This filter is 50 microns on the outer portion and 5 microns on the inner portion, because the water actually flows from the outside to the inside. So the outer portion is 50 microns and the inner is 5. It's like getting 2 filters in one. Another common option is the wound polypropylene sediment filter. These look like yarn wound back and forth, and they are very similar to the spun filters. The DGD Pentek filtration line are spun filters, meaning that they are a smooth filter, and it's easy to spot a spun filter because they are very squishy. The last type of sediment filter is a pleated filter. These ones look like an accordion on the outside, and they look more similar to a pool filter or a hot tub filter. They are reusable. You can pull them out, hose them off, and reuse them. They normally don't come back to 100%, but they do come back well enough to be able to use them again. The next option is flow direction. You can select a left to right or a right to left, and that's as you look at it while it's hanging on the wall, just as it is here. So this would be considered a left to right because the left side says in and the right side says out. The next option is pressure gauges. That would be these 2 gauges up top. Those are what would let you know what your incoming water pressure is and your outgoing water pressure is. On a left to right, it would be incoming and outgoing. On a right to left, this would be your incoming and this would be your outgoing. The big thing that you are looking for here is a difference in pressure between one to the next. One will read higher than the other. The pressure will read higher on the inlet than it will on the outlet pressure, and once that pressure difference reaches about 10 to 15 psi, that's the time when you know that it's time to change your filter. We do offer the option of getting this without pressure gauges on it, and when you get no pressure gauges, you get a pressure release button. This button will allow you to push it and release the extra pressure out of the housing in order to make it easier to open the housing to change your filter. The next option is the style of wrench used to change the sediment filter inside this blue housing. This slides up from the bottom and is used to loosen up the housing. You can get this plastic standard one, or there is a lifetime warranty metal option also. And this one holds a lifetime warranty guaranteed to never break. The next option is a drain valve installed on the bottom of the sump. The bottom of the sump is down here, and when you get that drain valve option, you can just install the valve like this directly into the bottom hole here, and it's all taped up, ready to go. So all you got to do is turn it in until it's tight, and once it's tight, that's all that you have to do. Just hand tight, and then when you turn the valve to the side like that, the valve handle, and you know that it's off. That can be used to drain the extra water that's inside of here to make it lighter for filter changes. And just to simulate it, we're going to fill this with compressed air. And when you change the filters, you'll have to shut off your outlet, shut off your inlet, and now there's still pressure in there. While there's pressure in there, you cannot unscrew this sump here. So what you can do is go down here, drain out this, and when you open it up, you drained out all the pressure, all the extra water will come out. Just put a bucket under there to catch it, and you can change your filter. So this 3/8 inch drain valve is mainly a convenience to make things easier to change the filters. The last option is what color sump, which is where the filter goes. You can get it in either blue or clear. Clear does allow you to see inside of here, to see the sediment filter, but sight is not the primary indicator of when you need to change the filter. The primary indicator is right here with the pressure gauges. Once you start to get that 10 to 15 psi drop, that's when it's time to change those filters. Although some people do like to see what the filters look like, and that is something you can do with this clear. And there you have it. That's all the options for the Big Blue filtration system. If you want to see these and more products, visit our website, Serv-A-Pure.com.